Well, welcome everyone. My name is Stephanie Mueller and I'm the Membership and Events Coordinator for the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce. We are so excited to have you here today, bringing you another virtual event. It's probably the first that we can say is the virtual tour. So we're super excited to be here with our friends from Rainforest Car Wash. They're actually quite brand new members of ours within the last month. So just a little bit of housekeeping for this. I'm going to ask that everybody keeps their phones on mute. That'll keep the background noise down. Since this is a little bit of a different Zoom call and you won't necessarily need to see who your other participants are, you can change your view to be speaker view. So if you click on speaker view right now, I'm going to be like the large screen that you're going to see. And then once I put myself on mute, then when our friends at Rainforest are speaking, you will see them large as well. They're willing to take questions. So while they're doing their little tour, if you want to click on the chat box and post a question in there, they'll stop periodically and take some of the questions. I can verbally send those questions over to them, and then leave some time at the end to do a question and answer with them. So as I said, if you want to type those questions in throughout the tour so that you don't forget them as we go, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, we are going to get started. I'm going to turn it over to Tara, who is the marketing manager for Rainforest Car Wash. So thanks so much for being our first virtual tour.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. So yes, my name is Tara. I am the marketing manager for Rainforest.
Tara?
Yes?
We can't hear you.
I'm not on mute.
I can hear her just fine, Stephanie.
Yeah, I could hear her.
I can hear her.
I can hear.
There's a little bit of a delay.
I think
Is
it's
there?
you, Stephanie.
Okay.
So Tara, just go right on ahead.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I'm glad that you guys can hear me. Okay, so yes, my name is Tara. I am marketing and operations for Rainforest Car Wash. This is Brooke.
Hello.
She is our site manager for our Medina site. And a special treat, we have one of our owners, Trevor Guile, who just came in. So you guys will be seeing him kind of walk through, and we'll talk a little bit about how our car wash works, what makes it different, and why you should come see us. And Iris.
This is
I
Iris.
can't believe I forgot Iris. You want to talk a little bit about Iris?
Yeah. So Iris is an eclectus parrot, which is a very rare breed of parrot. She is almost 3 years old, which is very young because these type of parrots can live up to 75 years old. She loves paper. She loves straws. Anything plastic is her favorite toys. And she doesn't really care for men. Just a future warning, she's definitely more comfortable with women, and yeah.
Relatable, right? So we'll give you kind of a tour of Iris's, home inside of our office. She stays in our office. She really enjoys it here. We have a lot of toys for her. Brooke is her main caretaker. There's some days where Brooke will take her home, like on holidays or if we're closed and things like that, and she really enjoys it. So I'm gonna pick you guys up here. I'm gonna turn you around. All right, so you can see how we have our office set up. She has her cage here. We have net that goes all the way across. That's Trevor, everyone. Say hi. And her little stand here. Awesome. So Stephanie, do you want us to go right ahead into the tour, or did you want?
Yeah, you can go ahead. So go forth with your awesome
All
agenda.
right, onward we go. All right, so we have 12 vacuums, free vacuums here at our Medina site. And Brooke, you want to tell us a little bit about how these work?
Vacuums are all on during hours of operation. They're all run from the same system. Basically, all you'll do is pull up, pull it out, and it's already on. And they have great suction, as you can see. It's a great way to clean your car out either before or after you decide to wash it.
So we feel that offering the free vacuums here is a great bonus and a great amenity for the community. And over here is our pay stations. Now here in Medina, we have a members only lane. We have 3 lanes. We really wanted to focus on efficiency here and kind of, really maximizing our throughput. So we have what are called RFID readers for our members in their windows. So this tower here that says Fast Pass. Now, Brooke, you want to talk about how that works?
Yeah, so these basically pick up a magnetic strip when you sign up for a membership that we place in your car, which is your membership tag. As soon as you pull up, it'll automatically scan your tag. So it makes it a lot easier for our members and it's quicker. And also we have an express members lane. So you don't even have to use these two if there's lines, and members kind of get a cut put on the line.
Right. And the way that we have our pricing set up here at Rainforest is we felt that, consumers can really see a value if they wash their vehicle up to 3 times a month. You're really saving money, especially if our top package is really our best value. So if you're washing your car regularly and you're protecting it, being a member is really a good benefit, and we feel, and people here really enjoy it. All right, so coming through past our gates, we have our entrance here. And there's something pretty unique that we feel about our entrance is we have HD cameras that line our entrance so we can see vehicles clearly at all angles prior to entering the tunnel. And the reason for that is if a customer notices something on their vehicle after they go through the wash, we can look at our cameras. Now these cameras are at the front and the end of the tunnel, so we can see if whatever they found on their vehicle, or if there's something amiss, we can see prior to entering the tunnel and after the tunnel. It really gives us some insight. All right, so the main attractions everybody's been waiting for are animatronic animals. Trevor, do you want to talk about where these came from and how we kind of got started with them?
I guess I don't.
Yeah, he's doing it for you.
No, so we kind of had an idea that we wanted to make it a special thing, more interactive for kids or family members. And so my brother found a place over in China that was able to produce them and design everything from custom ones that are our logo to we have all our
Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry.
all of our washes now have multiple animals in there and move and interact. We'll decorate them a little bit. The holidays, we'll have Christmas stuff on or Halloween costumes. And so it's kind of a fun way to do it.
Yeah, we think it's really engaging and it's pretty inviting. All of our animatronic animals move. We have a rhino, a panda, and an elephant here at Medina. What's the rhino's name, Brooke?
The rhino's name is Pierogi. That was an idea from one of my employees, and it kind of just stuck. And then we actually took a vote for the panda, and his name is Popeye. He's actually our backup janitorial service.
Yes, as you guys can see, he carries his weight around here with his buckets and his mop. So, Brooke, do you want to talk a little bit about how our conveyor works?
Yeah, so basically, you'll have an attendant pulling your vehicle in. You stand right here, and you'll pull your driver's side, front and back tire onto this track. And the conveyor is all connected by a chain, and there's plastic dollies which actually push your car through once you're in neutral, so you don't drive through and you're not in park. You'll actually be in neutral, and this chain will push you through.
Yeah, so it's a hands-off experience and it guides you slowly through. We're actually able to control the speed of the chain, depending on our busy days or, depends on how our traffic is going. I know during the winter we get pretty busy, so sometimes we have to, speed up our chain or slow it down. And then over here, this mounted TV is actually one of the coolest things that we have here at Rainforest. This is our no pileups. So no pileups is essentially a series of cameras that watches our tunnel. It's almost like an AI system, and it watches the vehicles going through our tunnel and going through the chain, and it makes sure that the vehicles are spaced appropriately. So, you know, sometimes you always hear, you know, about maybe somebody sped up in a tunnel, or maybe somebody hit their brakes in a tunnel when they're supposed to. These cameras will notice that, and it will actually stop the conveyor within seconds to avoid any sort of potential collision. Am I missing? Yeah.
So what it does is it looks at the brushes are moving at certain speed, and then the cars are moving at set speed. So what that tells it, if one of them starts moving too fast or too slow on either our equipment or the vehicle, it'll actually stop or slow down to prevent those accidents from happening.
Yeah, it's pretty new technology, and it's something that we're really proud of here at Rainforest. Did you bring your phone? All right, so we're gonna show you guys kind of step by step what happens here in our tunnel. So Brooke has an app that she can control each component of our car wash individually.
So as you can see, this is one of our pre-soaps. It's called Rainforest Falls. And it's actually an alkaline-based soap, so it's basically prepping your car for the acidic soaps that it's going to be applied onto it to give it a nice prep to it.
Yeah, this is available on our rain and storm package, and this basically conditions your vehicle and gets it ready, and basically softens all the components or all the dirt and things on your vehicle and gets it ready to be washed.
And as we walk through the tunnel, we have our first set of crossovers, is what this piece of equipment is called. And on these crossovers is a material called neoprene. And if you actually feel this material, it's a very soft foam, and it's almost like a wetsuit. So it doesn't hold on to any dirt or anything like that. We never have issues with anything getting stuck onto it. And it's cut a specific way to clean all the crevices in your car, around your windshield, around the back. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is called NeoGlide, and it is a closed cell foam. It's actually not a cloth brush, contrary to popular belief. It is extremely gentle on vehicle surfaces. I mean, you can feel it, it's very soft. So we believe that, you know, a gentle but powerful clean, and we firmly believe in the idea of a friction car wash versus a touchless car wash. Our theory is, you know, you wouldn't wash your hands without rubbing them together. You wouldn't just dump soap on your hands and then rinse them off. We believe the friction component is truly what puts out an exceptionally clean car.
It's kind of like right now with COVID, they say you have to wash your hands for over 20 seconds and scrubbing. That's the same thing we're doing with your car to get all the germs and all the dirt up, so the chemicals are on there to prevent any damage to your vehicle.
Right.
And the nice thing with these is they're not going to cause the swirl marks or anything else you see. There's no, when we get to the end, we'll talk a little bit about the drying system and how our units are different, but it'll prevent the swirl marks on the car.
And right here, we have our underbody system. As you can see, there's 3 different nozzles on it, and each nozzle sprays at a 90-degree angle. So you're getting the entire underbody of your car clean. And that's included in the rain and the storm wash. And then right here, we have our top brush, which will go over the hood of your car all the way to the back end, made out of the same material that the crossovers are made from.
Yeah, so all of the brushes that you guys see in our tunnel, except for the ones at the very end, are made out of that NeoGlide material. Which one are you turning on?
I'm going to turn
I'm staying out of the way. Okay. Brooke is going to show us.
So this soap is triple foam, and it actually acts as a wax on your vehicle. As you can see, there's 3 different colors, and it's actually bubblegum scented, so it smells nice as you go through.
But don't roll down your windows to smell it. We
Yeah.
don't recommend that.
And it makes a nice little design.
Yeah. And then here we have the second set of crossovers. And this piece of equipment will actually you can see that it comes out. So both of these brushes will spin completely around the front of your car, all the way around the back. So it's not missing any areas. And then here we have our high pressure clean, which is these nozzles on both sides, and then there's 12 up top. This piece of equipment is called an access arch, and it actually has photo lines that can profile the entire width of your car. So say you have an open bed truck, this comes down, it'll spray the front of your car, and will actually come back, go back up, and come back down and spray out the bed. So it's nice for like the areas that are hard to clean, like under your windshield wipers, beds of trucks, and like overhangs on back windshields.
And the photo eyes component is really special. Like Brooke was saying, you know, it can tell the width of your vehicle and what your specific vehicle needs. It's something that we're really proud of. And I did see a question come through. I didn't see all of it, but we do own the Rainforest in Brunswick. I didn't see the rest of that question there, but yes, we do own the one in Brunswick. We have one in Cleveland Heights, and then we do have one coming in Avon and in Mentor.
And the
Avon should
other
be-
question, so that was the whole question. It said, do you own the one in Brunswick, and is the experience similar? And then the other question was, how many cars can be on the track at one time?
How many cars can be on the track at one time?
I would say up to
Up to eight vehicles.
And it can do, this one probably can do about 100 to 120 an hour too. So like on the busy days, if it looks like it's far back, it'll still go really fast.
So the one in Brunswick does have similar components. The tunnel in Brunswick is a little bit shorter than here in Medina, so it doesn't have 100% of the same equipment. Wehowever, we do have, you know, the same NeoGlide material. We have a dry and shine. We have animatronic animals at Brunswick as well. And maybe we'll do a tour, you know, of that one day. But
this is a wheel boss, and it is used to clean the rims of your tires as well as the exterior of the tires. And this piece of equipment is included on every wash we have. As you can see, it will extend if you have a smaller car to reach your tires, as well as the track if you have a bigger vehicle. And it spins while there's soap applied to the tires, and it kind of helps get all those tight spots in between your rims. And I know it's not much to see. We'll turn this light on so you can see it better.
we also have a pretty impressive light show here, if you guys have ever gone through our Medina wash.
So this chemical is called ceramic shine, which is actually a new chemical we just started using, which has tiny pigments of ceramic in it to help protect the clear coat on your paint.
Right, ceramic shine is kind of like the new hot product in the car wash world. It really puts out in a really impressive vehicle. This option here is only available on our storm wash.
Here's our second top brush, which, like I said, is NeoGlide material, and we like to have kind of a second component for the top of your vehicle to help get any spots that might have been missed in the first top brush. So the second one is definitely a good way to go. And then these are called tall boys. They're similar to the crossovers, but the only difference is they don't wrap around the entire vehicle.
Then some of our favorite part of the car wash is our casino arches. You guys will see why they're called that here in a second. Now this is a 4-phase arch setup. Back up so you guys can see all of it. There we go. Yeah, you don't have to turn them on. The lights are good.
This arch is a rinse arch to get any leftover soap off the vehicle. Blaze and Blaze is a drying agent, which is a chemical compound that will help dry it once you reach the blowers and the drying time. The This art is for a rain shield chemical, which is basically a water repellent wax. So if it rains or something, you can kind of see the water, or the rain, I should say, beating off your car instead of just smacking it.
Right.
And then we have our final stock treatment.
We just love these arches. They make a really cool effect when you're going through the tunnel.
So these are like PVC piping here, so it's like plastic, so it's really easy to clean. So you'll see our guys and gals every once in a while spraying down there, make sure it looks clean and it doesn't get that crunchy kind of feeling you get in most washes.
Right. So the way that we designed this tunnel, as this is a relatively new car wash, is we tried to make it as easy for our staff to maintain and as impressive and enjoyable for the customers as possible.
And then this part here is the blower housing. These motors are designed to stay running while there are cars in the vehicle. So they're not shutting off after every car, which is energy efficient, great thing. And these are included on all the washes.
Sorry, you guys can hear our elephant.
No, yeah.
So essentially what we're saying is, you know, these are always spinning. The blowers are always spinning. Right now that they're blowing at they're spinning at a very low speed. And then when a car comes through the tunnel, they kick on and then they slow right back down. So that way they're not always turning off and on, which can actually damage the motors themselves, and it helps us stay more efficient. So I'm sure you guys can hear our elephant. She does not have a name yet. So if you guys have any name suggestions, let us know. But I think this one's one of Trevor's favorite animals.
It's made out of like a rubber material, and this one actually can squirt water out, but we haven't set it up yet because it's so big. We didn't have a spot that we could have it spray water on. At this point, it's after drying, so it's more for show now.
Right. Its current location wouldn't be ideal for spraying water after you guys go through the blowers, but we'll get it set up to where that'll be pretty neat. So then, coming to the end of our tunnel here, one of our most impressive components is our dry and shine.
The dry and shine is made from a microfiber cloth, doesn't hold on to any dirt, and this piece of equipment is used to basically pick up any drops of water that are left on your car after the wash, and it creates a nice shine as well.
Right. So
and there is a top brush as well, not the
right. So this option is available on Storm. Yes. So this is available on our top package. And these are essentially like really soft microfiber cloth. And it's basically just for buffing off all those water spots.
You can see they're always spinning because they're actually drying themselves. So instead of having a towel that's going to collect water or anything, these will actually self-dry to make it even more efficient. When I talked about the swirls, this kind of eliminates that swirl problem that you have if someone was hand drying or doing something else where potentially there could be like a stone or a piece of dirt on that car that would leave those marks on it. So these are like way more high efficient. We kind of believe that your car experience at a car wash, nobody should collect money, nobody should have to prep the car, nobody should have to dry it. The equipment should be able to do all that. So if you kind of look down the tunnel, we have so much more equipment than a lot of people would think or even realize when they're going through there. Then because they see the ones that if they go to the gas station, that maybe have maybe 2 or 3 pieces of equipment as opposed to how many do we have? A lot.
This is a 125-foot tunnel. So it's a pretty long experience as far as car wash wise. What do you think? It's about 2-minute ride through the tunnel, depending on the chain speed. Yeah. All right. So,
And lastly, we can talk about our tire shine, which is applied last onto your car. And you turn it on. So if you actually look at the brush, you can see the gloss, that white gloss is what is applied to your tires. And this kind of tire brush is designed to only touch your tires because you don't want that kind of chemical on your rims, obviously.
and this extends, correct?
Yes, it extends just like the other one for smaller and larger vehicles to get a close.
That's for the PhotoEyes product. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things with the way our wash is set up, the way the cars are pulled, there's conveyors and there's belts. Ours gives the ability to keep the cars closer. So if you think about other style washes, it's like if you're at the airport and you have those electric walkways, you can do those ones, but the equipment a lot of times can't get as close to it. You have your tires a lot more locked in, and it's able to protect the rims and be able to get a lot cleaner when you do the washes.
Then you guys can see our final row of cameras coming out. And again, this is just to ensure wash quality and safety within the tunnel. And then our staple, I'm sorry if it's a little loud out here, our rock wall. And Trevor, you want to talk about how that was made?
Sure. So my brother and I actually both worked at Disney World when we were younger. And so it's kind of neat to find out we had the guy that did the Disney Tree of Life actually is the local guy that came here and built this. And so it's got sprayed on concrete that I think is like 6 or 9 inches thick. So it's really thick and durable, and allows us to be able to run the waterfall. We have to heat it in order to make sure it doesn't freeze on there. So this is heated concrete to make sure everything goes smoothly on it. But this is actually 30 feet by 50 feet wide. So it's way bigger than we thought we were going to do, but we thought it was kind of something special and kind of makes it a little unique.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that they built this is they first built it with a metal frame, actually. And it was pretty neat to see. I'm sure some of you guys driving by might remember, you know, we had the big tarp over the front of this building for a long time. So they built like all like the little, you know, ledges and things like that with metal frame. Then they put what was a piece of fabric or like fiberglass over top, and then they sprayed and basically sculpted the concrete. And it was a pretty cool opportunity to have the guy who made the Tree of Life at Disney come here and consult on this project.
So we'll have another one at our Avon location similar to this, and there may be a surprise on top.
There may be a surprise on top. All right, so we'll take you guys behind the scenes to our chemical room. I did see a name suggestion come through, Ellie the Elephant. That's really cute. All right, so back here, it's our chemical room. So there's a lot of things going on back here.
So one of the things I wanted to talk about is our reclaim water system. It's basically pulls water from the tunnel and is put into the tank, and then that water in the tank is comes with O3, which is ozone, which will kill any bacteria or anything like that, and all the dirt in those tanks will settle to the bottom. So we're able to reuse water, and it's energy efficient. It's a better way to use it, especially for the home.
Right, so our,
That's what the system is.
right, this system right here is our reclaim. Oops, wrong way. And it accounts for about 40% of our water usage. So each car that goes through uses about 30 gallons of water, and about 40% of that water is being reused. Now, the reclaimed water is clean enough once it comes out of the system to actually drink. Our district manager has done it many times just to prove a point. The reclaimed water that we use is the water that comes out for our high pressure system. So it actually, you know, we try really hard to be as efficient and as green as we possibly can. So we're trying to minimize our water usage, and this system right here really helps us achieve that.
This is our soft system. We use soft water in the car wash just because it puts out a cleaner car, it dries your car quicker, safer for your vehicle, and that's what this component is. And you can see these are 2 full tanks of spot-free water ready to be used in the car wash.
Yeah, so this is holding tanks for spot free.
Yeah, so depending on where we are in the wash, we're going to use different water. Some of the chemicals are going to react differently for the reclaimed water versus spot-free versus regular water on that. So that was kind of one of the arts we had to work with everybody to figure out where the best spot was.
And right here we have all our chemical barrels. And like I said, there's your red, blue, yellow for your triple foam. Those are low pH chemicals, which are better for breaking down like dirt, grime, and things like that. As where like wax, luster, and orange shine are more alkaline-based chemicals to kind of put a clean coat on your car.
Correct. So we are actually putting quite a bit through our system here. And as you can see, it's pretty intricate.
So these tubes run from the back of the barrels, and then there's these dials right here, which control the amount of chemical versus water that's being applied to your car, as well as you'll see these different colored injectors. Those are for, like I said, each chemical, whether it's a low pH or a high pH. And you can actually, if you push these in the tunnel, that's running right now. If we ever need to do tests or we ever have to clean certain lines out, it's a great way to just be able to turn it on with pushing a button.
So yeah, it's pretty complex how we have things, you know, set up back here. And we make sure that, you know, we test this before we open to make sure that we have our science correct. Because at the end of the day, you know, car washing is a science, and, you know, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of, you know, trial and error to make sure that we get the correct formula and using the best soaps possible to put out the best clean car.
And the amazing thing is we'll actually use less water than you will do on your driveway. So people think that it's better to do on your own. We have it more dialed in to make sure we use as little water as possible to get the vehicle as clean as we need.
Correct. I think the average water consumption for a driveway wash, last time I looked it up, I think it was like anywhere between 50 to 100 gallons of water. And like I said, here we use roughly 30 gallons per vehicle. Awesome. So do we have any questions right now? We were going to do a ride through, and we can talk about what's happening to the vehicle as we go through.
I don't have any other questions in the chat. Does anybody have questions? If you do, please type them in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask your question. But yeah, Tara, if you want to do a ride through, that would be great.
Okay, yeah. Trevor wants to do a walkthrough in the back of our building too, just to show like the community room and the space that you have here, and then we'll do a ride through.
Yes, please show that, because I bet a lot of people don't realize that you have that space available for people.
Yes, and then Trevor, could you also speak to our upcoming builds as well?
Sure, the Avon one?
Yeah, and then the Mentor.
So Avon, we have one that it broke ground a little over a month ago, and it'll be our first build up from the ground up since our original one back in 2010 in Cleveland Heights. And so we're real excited. It should be opening up probably in August, September. I'd say September to be safer on there, but it's something that'll, your membership will be able to work here or any of our locations. So if you do the monthly membership, it's good for everywhere. And then we're also working on right now, Mentor is going to have one that'll probably be the following year that'll be coming out on there. So.
Right, we have a lot of exciting things coming up. So in the back room here, this whole entire wall is lined with glass. So it's super convenient for staff and Brooke to be able to come back here and watch a car go through to make sure that we're dialed in correctly.
But the nice thing about this is you're going to stay in your car while you go through the washes. So nobody goes in your car, nobody touches it. And then we have the free vacuums that obviously you can use like afterwards on there.
Or before, whatever you want to do.
But one thing is, this used to be an old car dealership building, and so this was a car wash at one point, and so we had a lot of extra space that we talked about tearing down, but it's something we felt it was better to offer the community to have a space if somebody wants to use it on here. And so we've got this space, and we've got another space that if somebody's interested, just sort of reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to set up and let you use it complimentary. So if you have a big meeting or need an area.
Or if you guys want to do like some Zumba, do a great Zumba spot.
You have to share it with a crocodile right now.
Yes, yes, we have an animatronic animal right now that needs a home. I think we're saving him for Avon.
Yeah, he's going to be coming out of the waterfall at the Avon location.
Oh, I did not know that. Yes, this is our crocodile. Still does not have a name. And I think he moves up and down.
He does, and he moves his head and his mouth opens.
Oh, yes, his mouth opens as well.
Very realistic.
Yes, he's very anatomically correct. So yeah, we do have quite a bit of space here. As you can see, it's already set up for meetings, and I think somebody uses this, a group uses this space once a week.
So it still is a little rugged because we have some storage back here, but like I said, it's a free space that can be used.
Yeah. Great people watching. All right. So do we have any questions so far?
So there is a question, is that room a quiet area when the car wash is running? That's a good
Yes,
question.
yes it is.
Yeah, the only thing you'll hear is a light of the vacuums, which you can hear now when it opens up. But that's going to be really the only noise that you're hear. It's going to be pretty quiet.
Yeah, it's actually surprising, even back behind, you know, where we were, where you guys saw the big window. It's actually not very loud back there at all as well. So I'm gonna hand the camera to Brooke. We're gonna hop in my vehicle. We're gonna do a ride through, and then Brooke's gonna be able to explain what's happening to the vehicle as we go through the tunnel. And Stephanie, we're more than willing to take questions during that time as well.
Perfect. There's a name suggestion for the crocodile of Dylan.
Dylan for the crocodile.
Does anyone else have questions? You can feel free to unmute yourself, or you can just type them in the chat box, and I am happy to ask the ladies.
I want to know how often you're able to take your own personal cars through.
If you are employed here, you get free washes actually, so you could take it through every day if you'd like.
And there was another question asking about the owner, if they're local residents to the area. Trevor?
Actually, no, I'm up from Schrin Falls, but I lived in Cleveland Heights for a while. And so a little background, my family ran motor cars, Honda and Toyota. And so when we first started building a wash, we had a small wash that we were giving our customers when they were for service. And so we decided to make a way bigger one, have a better experience. And that was back in 2010, and that expanded later on to Brunswick was our next one in about, I think, 2015, 2016. And then we got this one in 2018. And so it's kind of been every 2 years we see ourselves kind of keep on growing. But we've really enjoyed Medina. My wife is from Wadsworth, and so we always kind of came through here. And so it's something we kind of thought this would be a great spot for us to put one of our homes. So.
And
All
do you
right.
guys want to share anything about your haunted car wash?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so the haunted car wash is actually going to be at our Medina location this year. I don't know how many of you saw all of the attention that our one in Brunswick gained. It actually did way better than we originally anticipated, and we made national news. We were on CNN, Good Morning America. It was a really great experience, and we're hoping to be able to do it here this year, do it bigger, do it better than last year. We have some really great plans. This is such a great space for something like that. So, we have a lot of hiding areas. Right. So as you can see, our loader guides each vehicle. And we always wait for our attendant to tell us when to come. The last thing we want to do is drive ourselves into the car wash. You guys can see our animatronic animals move in. All right, so I put my car in neutral, and it's hands off the wheel, and the car wash basically takes care of everything. All right, so we're about to hit our first component,
All right. This is the Rainforest Falls that we talked about earlier. It's the alkaline-based soap that's going to help break down any dirt or anything left on your car to get it a great clean.
Make sure my windows are
You can see the material cleaning all around the car.
and our first top wheel.
Here's the triple foam.
Bubblegum scented.
Then here we have our high pressure clean. Our ceramic shine wax is being applied now.
That the lights that we have really create quite the show.
There's our drying agent, which is going to help dry the car better. And then a rinse afterwards. And our water repellent wax. And there's our spot-free rinse. And now you'll see the blowers start blowing off any water that's left.
Elephant. Jelly the elephant. Like that. And our drying tray.
Yes.
So as you can see, it really buffs away any sort of water spots that might be remaining on your vehicle after the blowers.
And then this sign over here will tell you when to put it in drive. Take off.
Right. So did we get any questions that came through? I thought I saw one.
It wasn't a question, I guess more of just like a comment that someone said that you could even use your community room space in addition to your haunted car wash. So maybe have like a walkthrough haunted house or
Oh,
something
that's
along
a cute
those lines.
idea.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
That's a really cute idea.
Maybe a non-scary option for kids.
Yeah.
We had, surprisingly, we had quite a few kids come through last year and they absolutely loved it. I locked you in.
If you guys wanted to see how her car turned out, you can see the tire shine. It was pretty dirty before we went in there.
Yes, my vehicle is very dirty. And we can too, we can show you guys, now that we're running vehicles through the tunnel, how that no pileups watches the tunnel. It's a little loud in here. As you can see, it is watching vehicles come through. We also have one in the office. And then here we have a monitor inside of our office, so we can also see what's going on inside and outside of the tunnel at all times. So that's Rainforest Car Wash. Do we have any more questions?
Does anyone else have any questions? you can feel free to jump off mute or comments, or you guys did a great job. Feels like we
Thank
were
you.
almost there.
Yeah, we can. Some vehicles go through while we're waiting on some questions. And see, the car wash is running right now, and it's significantly quieter back here. These are our casino arches.
Is there an outside temperature where it would be too cold to operate the car wash, or is it heated inside so that it doesn't freeze inside?
Sure, it's a good question. We've done it negative degrees and it works. Ideally, we like to see 0 and above, but we do days, it's really nice day. We'll do a negative a couple degrees. Like we did, still do about like 80 to 90. So we'll slow it down a little bit, but we'll have a lot of the piece of equipment moving so it doesn't freeze up. We had a problem in Cleveland Heights first where the part went into the conveyor when they're pulling in there. It was freezing over and locking, so that's why we had to extend the building in order to do it. So it's built now that anything that would freeze is protected.
Yeah, so we use, during the winter, we use hot water, and we do have the tunnels heated. One thing that we did not mention was the doors. We do have zip doors on both ends of the tunnel. So you'll see sometimes, you know, our tunnel, we will look closed because we have the doors down, and what we're really doing is we're just trying to trap heat. And they are motion censored, so as you near the exit of the car wash, you can see it'll come up automatically, and they're actually soft. So even if in the event maybe somebody, you know, puts the car into drive and really pushes forward, the doors are soft and they're not going to cause any damage.
For the wash to do damage to the car is very, very, very rare. And a lot of times people think that there's a scratch on the car, but the way the brushes move, most scratches are different angles, and none of our brushes move that way. So it's something that we're able to show people a lot of times that it wasn't actual loss. So if you think you ever had problems, the odds are it probably isn't, but we can take a look at it and see.
And two, that's where, you know, the benefit to our cameras come through. You know, we're really able to provide insight and show people, you know, before and after of their vehicle coming through the tunnel, before and then after it's got a nice Lexus coming through here.
Does anyone else have any other questions? You guys have been like very informative and know like a whole lot about it. So we definitely appreciate your time and your
absolutely.
thorough tour.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you guys want to stop by anytime today or tomorrow, you're more than welcome to free wash and try it out and see what you think about it.
Yeah, just mention where you saw us. You know, just come in and say, you know, you guys are a part of the, you know, virtual tour, and we will more than happy send you through our wash on us.
Yep.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
I'm glad to be a part of the community.
Thank you.
All right, so that's all we have for you so far, Stephanie.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, if anyone doesn't have any other questions, there's just comments coming up in the chat that says that it's been very interesting. Thank you for the tour. They can't wait. Oh, Gina wants to bring her new car through, she said.
Oh, do it.
Yes.
We can't wait to see
so
it.
A lot of people said that so cool, can't wait to say it, wonderful presentation. So we definitely appreciate you, Tara, Brooke, and Trevor for helping us to show us your wonderful car wash. So our first virtual tour for the chamber. So we do have a few other events that are coming up. This Thursday, we are doing a webinar with Huntington Bank on the markets and the future outlooks there. So if you haven't signed up, and then a couple other networking opportunities that are taking place later this month. So please visit our website to check it out. Oh, Eileen said her kids loved it. Eileen was the one I mentioned earlier that her daughters are going to be watching as well.
Oh, good.
So
Good, we're
They
so
are
glad.
big fans. So they got the
Bring them
behind
in
the
and meet
scenes.
Iris.
I will. Hopefully she will. Anyone else have last minute? Oh, she said she will. She typed that in.
Okay, great.
Anyone else have last minute questions? And just as a reminder, I don't know if we mentioned that they are up on Route 18. What's the side street? Is it Windfall?
Windfall, yeah.
Windfall, 18 and Windfall. So near the 71 interchange is
Right,
where their
can't
Medina
miss it.
location is. Yeah, their Brunswick location is on 303 near 303 and Carpenter, North Carpenter. And then I can't speak for Cleveland Heights. I'm not sure where that one is.
Cleveland Heights is on Mayfield, and it's
Okay.
It's right before Little Italy, east of Mayfield.
Okay. And then your new Avon location.
new Avon location is in Travelers Point.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, we thank everybody for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the tour as much as we did, and please go check them out. Well, while the weather is still good, it appears the weather is going to be nice this afternoon. So
Yes,
if you happen to
absolutely.
find
We look
yourself
forward
up
to
there.
seeing some of you come in. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right,
Have
thank
a
you,
great day,
everyone.
everyone.
All right.